There you have it. All right, so let's go to sleepers. Any possible scenarios? Let's list them.
Yeah. So I wrote down some sleepers, and sleepers is a very you got to have context. Okay, so if you're out there and you say that's not a sleeper, you maybe know a lot more about fantasy football than most people. So if you're on Twitter every day, these may not be sleepers. But if you're not on Twitter every day, I want to make sure to get everyone. In a one quarterback league, Trey Lance, I have him at 12. I think in most of your home leagues and things like that, unless you're like dynasty players or in San Francisco, people are probably not going to think about him as a top 12 quarterback. And I think you can get someone like Trey Lance and, late, 10th round, 9th round of your drafts, and he could easily be a QB1. Kirk Cousins, I have him right outside the top 12, but I think he easily could be a top 12 guy. I really do like the changing of the guard over there, going from old curmudgeon-y Mike Zimmer to a young, more modern offense. And I think it's, they already talked about, they're going to open up the offense. Justin Jefferson's already talking about how he's going to break some records. Like, he just is so happy about this offense. You see a lot more KJ Osborne and Irv Smith. And then Justin Fields. So Justin Fields is on a very bad team. There's no lying. There's no hiding it. But he does run the football, and he runs it really well. And you could very much see a Jalen Hurts kind of Jalen Hurts kind of a season from him where it gets 800 rushing yards and 10 rushing touchdowns. Yeah, he still only had 16 passing touchdowns, but Jalen Hurts was a QB9 last year with 16 passing touchdowns. Well, and running backs. So running backs, I have Ramondre Stevenson. I think he could be the running back 1 for the Patriots this year. They're already talking about him being in that James White role. James White retired. But Ramondre Stevenson just looked better. And all of the grades and statistics and everything says he was better than Damian Harris last year. And Damian Harris on last year's contract is probably going to be out of town here soon. Isaiah Spiller. So if you're a dynasty player, you know that name. If you're a college football fan, you know that name. Isaiah Spiller from Texas A&M. He did not run the fastest 40, and it dropped his stock. A lot of people had him as the number 1 running back in the class, and then his 40 time, really, kind of sunk him down a little bit. It wasn't low enough that I'm concerned. And doing research, looking at people with 40s, you don't have to have a 4.3 to be a good fantasy football running back. I think he was in the 4.5s. He's going to be fine. He goes to the Chargers with Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler's on his podcast talking about how he's going to, share the load and all that. And this guy's a big bruiser. He is like the perfect complement to Austin Eckler. And the offensive coordinator used to be the offensive coordinator for the Saints. And they use Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara. So you're going to see, kind of a similar